Today's Expert Process Podcast. Do you know that it takes 10,000 hours to master any subject? Welcome to the Expert Process Podcast, where we cut the time to mastery in half with our seasoned pros. And now, from Atlanta, Georgia, broadcasting worldwide. Here's your resident expert, Durante Smith.
So suddenly, people were watching content. You don't need to go to a movie theater.
That's right.
Right? You wanted to watch, Korean dramas. You should do that.
Sure.
Right? And I think the other interesting thing happened is people realized the significance of the Indian market.
Right.
So a lot of the content which came from all over the world got dubbed.
Right.
And not just in one language, but multiple Indian languages.
Right.
So that, I think that whole thing has created. So as a result of which, I think what's happened is people have got exposed to India, people have got exposed to Bollywood.
Right.
And I think that's when something like Deepa and Anoop comes out, people automatically accept it.
Sure.
And because they want to know more. They want to experience that world. And I think through our show, there are so many aspects of India, right? It's the food, it's the festivals, it's the culture, right? And
it's the art.
Yeah.
It's the fashion.
Like if you see Mango Manor, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? If you look at the decor, it's wonderful. You look at how the Mango Manor is done up, sort of that. So
And the fashion.
Fashion.
Yeah. You can't miss the fashion. I know that ties into your show, right?
Yeah. So we did a whole wedding special.
Okay.
I
know that was awesome.
Yeah. So people saw, really interesting clothes.
Sure.
Nice, bright.
Oh, yes.
Clothes,
Nice.
right? People saw beautiful
Very
wedding.
decorative.
Very decorative.
Yes.
And then they got to see an Indian wedding. What
Yes.
it's like, and what's the significance about it.
And they're very large.
Yeah. They're very large.
Big productions.
Yeah. So I think these are things which are very interesting. And I think we're at a point where India is no longer distant or remote.
Love it.
I think India is exciting.
But the world has shrunk. The world has shrunk. And I mean, that's the thing. That's what I love about like venues like this. We come to Kidscreen. We get to meet each other. We didn't know each other before last night.
Yep.
You get to meet each other. And then when you connect on LinkedIn, plug for LinkedIn. When you connect on LinkedIn, you see who your connections are. You're like, oh my God, I know we have mutual friends like 5, 10, 14, 20 mutual friends. You're like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That validates that guy. Now I know who this guy is. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then you start getting more trust and security in the people that you know, and especially when you come to venues like this. And it makes the world smaller. It makes the world smaller.
Absolutely. I think events like Kidscreen, where you network with people.
Sure.
It's very important who's who.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think people want to know that. Munjal have Munjal. Yeah, sure. You go. I work with him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's great. I've been to his studio.
That's right.
Right. And he has a great team. I think that validation, that point of reference, I think it's very important. So
very much.
I think, I was very fortunate to be able to meet and work with some of the best people.
Most of us.
But
that's not by chance, man. You're a great guy. You have a good personality. You have good energy. And I think people see your passion.
Yeah, I think that's very true. I think for young creators, I would say that eventually what people are buying in is your passion.
Yes.
Is your commitment. How excited you are about your own show.
That's right.
And it's very important to keep that passion alive.
Yes.
Keep it burning. It took us more than 10 years to get this.
Yes.
So
thank you. It's not overnight.
It's not overnight.
It's definitely not overnight, guys.
Definitely not
overnight. But just because they see, oh, great. It's all, you just started, man. How do I do it? No, man. It's 9, 10, 12, 15 years to get to that point. But then when you get there, you got to know what to do with it, right?
Yeah. And again, I think, you develop 10 shows, maybe 1 or 2 hits.
Right.
So that's your hit ratio, right?
Right.
But I think that process is very important because you come up with something, you go and present it to people,
right?
You feedback and you understand.
Right.
And again, this is a very dynamic industry because what is working today may not go,
that's right.
2 years down the line.
Right.
It may come back,
Right.
Like there was a whole point when Jurassic Park came on and dinosaurs were.
That's right. Exactly right.
Today you go and pitch a dinosaur show, no one's got me.
That's right. Exactly right. Yeah.
So I think there are these different phases where content comes in, and I think some of the content is classic.
Yes.
So
some with stands test of time.
Certain values, certain traits. Kids want to have a show which is fun.
Sure.
Not talking down to them.
That's right.
Which gives them something fresh to look at. Gives them a new experience.
That's right.
Right. But it's fun, it's safe, it's universal.
Yes.
I think these are things that work every time. There are certain shows. I mean, that's the beauty of animation, right? Doesn't matter where it's produced. A kid in Japan can enjoy it. A kid in Alaska can enjoy it. A kid in California can enjoy it, and a kid in Mumbai can enjoy it, and they all get it. Right? So I think that's the beauty of animation. It's so universal,
Connective,
right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you look at something like Pokemon, it's not in Japan. It's such a niche thing, and it became a global phenomenon.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Right. So again, it's culturally very unique. It's very Japanese, but the world accepted it. So I think that was one of our inspirations when he started creating that. If we are creating something, can we export something? Can we create something which has that tinge of Indianness,
right?
Which makes it unique,
right?
Makes it exciting for
right.
our audience, and for them to sample that,
right? So let me ask you. I want to wrap this up, but I want you to give the audience a tip on if they're now where you were 10 years ago, 15 years ago, right? What would you tell them? And just closing these guys with doubt. Then I'm gonna cut it out. So I want you to leave the audience with something that is, I would say, true to who you are, but okay. It was not the end. So do me a favor. I want you to leave the audience, since I'm starting over. Tell me your name.
Munjal.
Thank you. So, Munjal, do me a favor. I want you to tell the audience, what is it that you can share with them that if they are now where you were, say, 10, 15 years ago, what would you say? Like, what words of inspiration would you give to them?
Well, I would say, you have a great idea, find out if it's truly great.
Yes.
And the only way to find out is go and talk to people.
Yes.
To people.
Yes.
Be open. People might like it. They might not like it. They might give you a lot of input to change. And then you go back and to that space and reflect.
Yes.
That, okay, how much of this is making sense?
Sure.
Is it helping? Is it not helping?
Sure.
Right. So it's very important. And then come back, and be at it.
I think stay at it.
Because it's when you come to a market like a Kidscreen or a Mepcom or any interaction market, you're not going to be able to sell the show the very first time you land up with this market.
No.
People want to see you. Are you a regular? So maybe, once you are in the market for 2, 3 years, 4 years, and once you become a familiar face, you network with people, you hang out with people, become friends with people. Sure. That's when people feel comfortable. That's when people will open up, because I think this business is also about who you know.
It really is.
What your relationships,
yes.
how friendly you are with people.
Yes.
Because a lot in this business matters about who do you know.
Very much.
And how many people are willing to vouch for you.
Yes.
Right? And that doesn't happen overnight.
No.
You got to win people's confidence. You got to make friends. And I mean, genuine friends. I mean, people.
That's right.
I think that there are a lot of good people who genuinely want to help you.
Sure.
Genuinely want you to succeed. Like yesterday, when we won, so many people came up to us and they were genuinely happy for us.
Yes.
I'd not even met them. I'd never.
Yeah, right. That's right.
But you could see that they were so happy because they are as much celebrating your success.
Yes, because they know.
I think that's great. You don't see that in many.
No, you don't. That's so
true. That. Honestly, like when we were nominated alongside some great shows.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'm just happy to be in this.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Just to be nominated is such a huge recognition.
That's right. So this is like our Oscars,
Yeah.
because people understand, like, it's not fortunate, but we don't get the recognition, even at the Oscars.
Yeah.
You don't get the recognition, that you get, like, if you're making the big budget movies, $200-300 million movies and all the avatars and all this other stuff. You don't get that.
Yeah, I will not completely agree with you that. I mean, if you look at the animation space, I think one of the things which always fascinates me about animation is that when a kid loves your character,
yes,
right?
Yes, that's true.
That you become a part of that kid's experience. You become such a big part of his life that kid trusts your character.
Yes,
and you become a part of his childhood.
Okay,
and that memory stays. You may watch a nice fancy movie, but that may not stay with you.
Right.
But something which is part of your childhood. Like growing up, I know the comics that I write. I still remember a lot of those stories that I read back. Right. Similar way, like kids today growing up, something like a Peppa, It's a huge loss. Right. And I'm so happy that I have the opportunity that Deepa and Anoop are now part of their world.
That's awesome.
You know, they are going to be making such wonderful memories with our characters, Deepa and Anoop. You know, they will have them possibly on the t-shirts,
Yes.
you know, on your lunch boxes, you know, or toys,
Yes.
all of that, right? So that's so nice, right? So, and I think that's also a huge responsibility.
That's right.
Because when a kid trusts your character, you have to be super, you know, careful.
Well, it's a
That what
responsibility.
the character put. Yeah, it is a huge responsibility. As a creator, you know, I mean, in movies, you get away with a lot,
Yes.
right? Because people know it's mainly most movies are for adult consumption,
Yes.
right? But when you're producing kids content, it's a whole different thing.
Got it. So let's close out with tell my audience where they can find Deepa and Anoop and tell them, you know, if you guys have a website or if you have a website for your company, please share how you like.
Yeah, so I mean, Deepa and Anoop is a Netflix original, so you will find it on Netflix. It's been released in 27 languages. So if you have an international audience, you can pretty much find the show in your own language.
Okay.
You know, my company is called Graphiti Studios. My website is graffiti.net. You can reach out to us. You can find me on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and you're in Mumbai, right?
Yes, I'm in Mumbai. My studio is in Mumbai. And my co-creators, Lisa Goldman, she's an amazing writer. She's based out of New York. And my other co-creator, Heather Kenyon, she's based out of Los Angeles.
Okay.
And she runs a company called Citizen Skull and Citizen Kids.
Got it.
And Lisa, you know, has her own company called Kidscreen.
Okay. Got it. Well, I'll tell you what, I really thoroughly enjoyed this interview, and I hope you guys have as well. Congratulations again on all your success. I wish you guys the best.
Thank you so much.
We'll definitely be looking out for what's coming up next with Deepa and Anoop. Hey guys, we're out. This is Kidscreen 2023.
Cheers.